Hey, I hope all is well with you. I'm doing pretty good. So we're gonna be doing something a little different. You know that I'm a medium roast and a dark roast person. Not so much light roast. That's just not my cup of tea, right? However, some of the most tastiest cups I've had from a light roast have been in the form of espresso. So we're gonna be using the Cremina back here. We're gonna be using the K6 grinder, and we're gonna pull hopefully just 2 shots. One is going to be the same coffee. It's a Peruvian coffee. One of the coffees is gonna be a light roast of that Peruvian, and the other one's gonna be a medium roast of that Peruvian. I'm just gonna take you through the whole process. We're gonna go ahead and pull hopefully 2 shots, and then we're gonna taste test them. And then we're gonna see which ones that we care for, that we like more. And then from there, we'll conclude this particular lesson, episode, whatever it may be called. I don't know. So let's get at it. I went ahead and used the still water. I'm gonna do about 14 grams.
Okay, I have to admit, I messed up a lot of shots. I think I did about 4 before I actually dialed it in, which is kind of bizarre. I usually keep the King grinder about the same settings, but first time was too fine. Second time was less fine, but it's still too fine. Third time overshot it again. And then this particular grind setting just worked just great. It really did. So yeah, that's the thing about espresso. You know, we spend a lot of time dialing it in. That could be a story for another day. You know, you waste a lot of beans trying to figure it out. And then once you get it, you're like, oh, okay, now I can get my shot or 2 and then go on with my day. But yeah, I messed up a lot. So as you can see, these are the 2 actual attempts that actually worked great. Lighter roast should have been a little bit finer, but it's okay. This is for science, experimentation purposes, right? Anything to help you out. Let's get back to the video. Whew. I don't know why I do that. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop talking to myself. I should script these. I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the video.
We're gonna conclude this. So let's go ahead and drink the medium roast first, okay? Espresso. That was not the medium roast. That was a light roast. It is more pronounced, what I'm tasting right now. It's acidic, but it has layers to it. All right, let's taste the medium roast. A little bit more balanced, more chocolatey. Acidity is still there. It has that lingering bitterness, so it's probably slightly over extracted. Light roast. Yeah, the acidity is there. It's not over extracted. You can taste, it's layered. It's kind of hard to really decipher what you're tasting, especially in a espresso shot, but it's more acidic. It's more in your face. It's more punchy. This is what I wish my pour overs would taste like. It has a lemony lingering taste on it too. Just pretty cool. You know, sometimes you get that in a pour over, sometimes you don't. It just depends on how much extraction you want to pull from it to bring out more flavor. Okay, let's go back to the medium roast. Has more chocolatey notes, probably more balanced in this acidic version of it with this lighter roast. But that bitterness still lingers a little bit more, and it kind of gets in the way. Out of these 2, probably a 60-40 split that I do prefer the lighter roast and espresso. Light roast doesn't win much in my camp. And in this case, it works a lot better. Let's taste the medium roast and conclude this, okay? And go from there. Yeah. Just lingers a little too much in a unpleasant type of way. At least in a lighter roast, you can taste more so what that acidity is. You know, it's fighting less than the other stuff that a medium roast will do. And that's the thing I think people probably don't realize too about a medium roast and a dark roast is that it's a lot easier to extract that particular coffee. So with that being said, you can produce or introduce or whatnot more bitterness in a cup because you're over extracted quite easily compared to a lighter roast. Lighter roast, it's almost damn near impossible to over extract lighter roast. Yes, if you want to extract 30% of it, sure. But even at 25% extraction, it still works really well. You will get little to no bitterness, and that's where the complexity of the acidity really comes through a lot more compared to a medium and a dark roast. And for a medium roast, you're going to have to stay a little bit slightly less extraction in order to get the essence of what you're actually tasting. But as it is right now, the lighter roast in espresso form of this Peruvian coffee is a lot more, I would say, adventurous, a lot more fun, and it's a little bit more pleasant. If that makes any sense. So that is my thoughts as it is right now. And I'm glad that I'm able to do these things for you. This is really just my point of view. I'm just talking from my experience, what I like, what I don't like, and the reasons why I don't like it and don't like it. And if you are a person who likes light roast, you mainly do it with espresso, I can see why and how sometimes even if you have a medium roast, which more than likely that's what an espresso is based off of, a slightly more developed roast, is that you have to be careful with over extraction. So this is me, Oki at Everyday Beans. Let me know what you think about this. This is a light roast versus medium roast espresso showdown. And from my point of view, I prefer the espresso in a lighter roast versus a medium roast. At least that's how it is right now. So talk to you later. Bye.